What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a drop-down list in Microsoft Excel, which is super easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my screen here. All right, so the first thing you have to do is going to be to put together a list of the things that you need on the drop-down. All right, so for this example, I have people's names in column I. These are I think 9 different names. And you can put this anywhere. It does not have to be in a specific column or cell. You can put this anywhere, right? So I'm going to put it over here. All right, cool. So these are the names that I have. So if you're going to be doing colors, you can put the colors in here. So it's important to put it in, each option in a different cell, right? So you don't want to combine things in the same cell, but go ahead and do this. These are going to be the things that are going to be on the drop-down list. So let's go ahead and put our list, let's say over here. We're going to label it names. Okay, cool. So once we do this, we're gonna go ahead and go to data. So you might be on home, you want to switch over to data. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and hit data validation, and this is gonna pop up. You want to make sure that you are on settings, which is right here, and the next thing is gonna be the actual values, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and click this drop down, and I'm gonna select a list. Okay, go ahead and select list. Now you want to pick where you want to pick the source of your list, right? So this is our source here that we have. So if you had it on a different tab, you can go ahead and find it. Okay, I'm going to show you how that works in a little bit. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and click where it says source, and I can just select this, right? Or you can select the entire column. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just going to go ahead and select exactly where I have the options. So if you wanted to add more options later, it makes sense to select the entire column, so that if you add anything else to the list after you create this drop down, it's gonna be picked up into the drop down. And I'll show you guys that in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and hit I want to make sure that you also have these two selected here. So you want to ignore the blanks because we've selected the entire column. If we allow the blanks, they will be shown in the drop down. All these blanks going all the way down here. So you want to avoid that. Make sure that's selected. And you also want to select in cell drop down. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit OK. There we go. So this is our name here. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me go ahead and make it a little bigger. Now what I could do is I can actually hit this drop down and select the names. Okay, look at that. Now you can select these different options. Okay, and there's no spaces because we eliminated that by selecting that option. Okay, now if I was going to add anything else to this, I can add let's add Susan in here. Okay, so we have Susan. Okay, if I hit this drop down, we're going to see that Susan is going to be picked up because we selected the entire column, not just a specific range. Okay, so now we have Susan in here. So now let's say that you wanted to create this on a clean sheet here. Okay, so let's say we're gonna do it over here. You can go back to data. You can go to data validation. We're gonna go ahead and do a list. Have our options selected. And for the source, what you can do is you can click this little button here. We're gonna go back here to sheet number 1, and you can select this source over here. Okay, so you can select sources on different sheets. Now go ahead and click enter. Click OK. Now we can go back to this page, and we're gonna go ahead and see our options here. So it is gonna pick up our options over here. Okay. All right, so that is pretty much it when it comes to how you can create a drop-down list in Microsoft Excel. It is pretty easy. I just wanted to show you guys the different ways of how you can do it. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.